Hello and welcome to traders and investors, and I'm glad to present you the daily market review prepared by analysts and experts from fx.co portal. Here we go. And we're starting with the euro-dollar pair with Paulo Greco. The average volatility of the EURUSD currency pair of the last 5 trading days is 74 pips, which is considered as moderate. Today, on May 7, we expect the pair to trade between 1674 and 1822. The upper linear regression channel has turned downward, indicating a shift towards a bearish trend. However, in fact, the upward trend of 2025 may resume. The CCI technical indicator has entered overbought territory and formed two bearish divergences, signaling the start of a downward correction. The EURUSD pair maintains an upward trend amid weakening geopolitical influence on market sentiment and decline in geopolitical tensions. The global fundamental background for the dollar remains extremely negative, so in the long term we still expect the pair to rise. If the price is below the moving average line, it's a sign line on the graphic. Short positions can be considered with targets at 1.1658 and 1597, based on purely technical grounds. Above the moving average line, long positions are relevant with targets at 1.1822 and 1841. The market continues to drift away from geopolitical factors, and the dollar is losing its only growth driver. Let's trade with the MACD indicator. It's time for GBPUSD. Jakub Novak presents. You could plan to buy the pound today upon reaching the entry point around 1.3601, targeting a move to 36.32. At around 36.32, you could intend to exit the market and immediately sell in the opposite direction, expecting a movement of 30-35 pips. A significant rise in the pound can only be expected after good data is released. Before buying, make sure that the MACD indicator is above the zero mark and just beginning to start rise from it. You could also plan to buy the pound today if the price tests 1.3590 twice in a row. While the MACD indicator is in an oversold area, this will limit the pair's downside potential and lead to an upward market reversal, and increase to opposite levels of 1.3601 and 36.32 can be expected. You could plan to sell the pound today after the 1.3590 level is updated, which will trigger a rapid decline in the pair. The key target for sellers will be the 1.3564 level, where you could intend to exit shorts positions and immediately buy in the opposite direction, expecting a move of 20-25 pips. Pressure on the pound may return if there is bad news from the Middle East. Before selling, make sure that the MACD indicator is below the zero mark and just beginning to decline from there. You could also plan to sell the pound today if the price tests 1.3601 twice in a row, when the MACD indicator is in an overbought area. This will limit the pair's upward potential and lead to a market reversal downward. A decrease to opposing levels of 35.90 and 35.64 can be expected.
That's all for today. See you online soon.